September 3rd, 2020, Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here.
Here. Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements of the board?
No, sir.
No. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of July 16th, 2020.
I make a motion, we approve those minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item A, correspondence received from LRP Network requesting bike racks, police presence, and street and/or sidewalk closure on Fayette Street on Saturday, September 5th, 2020, for an outdoor concert at 5218 Holmen Avenue. Is anyone here from the organization by chance? I'm not sure. The only question I would have is the bike racks. I don't think Public Works kind of affords bike racks, do you?
We can provide the barricades.
I do know that Public Works provides bike racks when we're doing the Region Riot criterium. They're wooden 2x8s framed, and you can slot, like at Leon's Triathlon, they had them too. They slot their bike tire into the wooden rack.
Sure.
So they should have those available because they bring those, handful of those up for the Region Riot, usually in May. Thank you.
I can check that with them.
Okay, obviously we're gonna need to forward it to you guys, right? I'm not sure what they're asking for, just outside of your presence being there. And then, street under sidewalk closure, I know this stuff has gone through before the chief of staff, and he's kind of approved these things moving forward, right, Lynn? Okay. Okay,
Forward to streets and police.
Yeah.
let's see, when's it for? September 5th, so it's this weekend, so obviously, yeah, we're approving it and forwarding it to those people, yes.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the request and forward the information to streets and for police for whatever assistance they need from them.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, correspondence and petition from residents received requesting resident-only parking on the 5600 block of Maywood Avenue. Is this something, you guys need to look at that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll send it to Public Works for their review.
Okay, make a motion to forward this to Public Works for their review and recommendation.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, correspondence received from the Hammond Development Corporation requesting use of the parking lot at the corner of Sibley Street and Holmen Avenue on Saturday, October 10th, 2020 for a parking lot pop-up art exhibit. Trying to think. Sibley and Holmen. Oh, the big parking lot there, the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Should we, let's see. Do we know if there's anything else happening that day there? We really don't know, do we?
I don't think so, not in October. I think that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve Hammond Development's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, correspondence received from Safety Services and Supply, Inc., requesting permission to close the railroad crossings at Torrance Avenue beginning September 6, 2020 for 5 days. Henry Avenue beginning September 7th, 2020 for 5 days. Johnson Avenue beginning September 7th, 2020 for 5 days. Sheffield Avenue beginning September 8th, 2020 for 5 days. And Wabash Avenue beginning September 8th, 2020 for 5 days to allow CSX to follow a tie gang. Mr. Gordish.
We actually looked over the detour, and it is kind of complicated, but it will work. When they come in, they're going to bring a lot of people, and they're going to go, this goes rather quickly, and the tentative date is next Monday for a start, but whenever the tie gang gets there, so it may be a day or two later. But I would recommend approval.
So let me ask, are all these going to be closed at the same time?
It's going to be staggered.
They're moving east to west, is that
Right, they're going
They're
to
all
keep
gonna
on
be closed
going.
at once.
So they're going to keep on going, close the one, work on it, and get the other one prepped. And there's different parts of the tie gang. So they will be working them on, not all at one time, but pretty much hitting them.
So then going north and south, Holmen's open, Toll's open,
Correct.
Cameron's open, Baltimore's open, right?
Correct. And Calumet, they are going to do Calumet in the near future also. That crossing.
No, I think there's nothing we can do about it, just
Okay, right.
have to make it work. Okay.
Mr. Button?
Nope.
Thank you, Mr. Borders. Excuse me. As you are aware, we have a current closure on Sheffield for our construction project at Goslin and Sheffield. I believe that's scheduled to reopen very soon, but we will be needing future closures. I was informed by CSX's representative that this work has actually been pushed back a couple of weeks, and I failed to neglect to tell Mr. Gordish that. And so we have to be a little bit flexible on when they're coming, but I do not expect them to be here next week. It will be in about 2 weeks from now.
So can we revisit this next Thursday?
I think
or do you
that's
want us to-
I think that's a fair comment.
Okay.
Let's revisit that. Let's get an updated letter from the safety people from CSX so that we're clear, a little bit clearer on the dates. But it, as Mr. Gordish says, we do need some flexibility when they come through because they'll get out of there as quickly as they can. But we are somewhat at the railroad's mercy because it is their right of way that we're crossing, and it is what it is. So.
Well, why don't we just approve it then, and with the knowing that the dates may change? Can you find out if that's the case?
We'll get an updated schedule, and we'll bring that to the next Board of Works meeting, if you could approve this subject to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve Safety Service and Supplies request, and that next week's meeting, September 10th, will be updated with the new dates.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received requesting rental registration hearings. September 24th.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we set those hearings for September 24th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 6, matters from board members. 4339 Holmen Avenue. Oh, wait, sorry. That's new business. Let me go back. Matters from any board members. Mr. Long?
Sir.
No, sir.
No? Anyone else in a board? No, nobody. Okay. Item 7, matters from other department heads or other representatives. Mr. Button.
Thank you. Good morning again. I'll be glad to provide the board a copy of this. This is the only copy I have at this time. Yesterday, we received quotations for French drain installations throughout the city. It's areas really where we have ponding water, and we don't want that water to get into the storm sewer system or the combined sewer system because it's water that would have to go through the treatment plant and be treated. And so we did, our consultant, Nice Engineering, helped us with the solicitation of quotes of 12 French drains throughout the city. We received 3 quotes, one from Rex Construction in the amount of $111,200. That's for all 12. Hassey Construction, the amount of $113,740. And finally, from Grimmer Construction, the amount of $198,590. So the low, apparent low quoter is Rex Construction at $111,200. We would ask that the board receive these quotes and this recommendation and refer this to the engineering department and the consultant for review and recommendation to this board at a later date.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we refer the quotes to engineering for their review and recommendation at a later date.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, any other department heads with business? Okay. New business. Item A, order to rescind orders to demolish property located at 4339 Holmen Avenue, rear and garage.
This was the ongoing saga of the shed, a house that was, gentleman was using as a shed, they need to remove the plumbing and unnecessary electric, that's been accomplished. So we'll ask that you rescind the order to demolish the rear home.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. I'll make a motion to rescind the orders to demolish at property located at 4339 Holmen Avenue.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item B, under number 8, disposal authorizations received from the Hammond Police Department. I'm glad we're able to articulate all of this being here today.
Me also.
Wow. Must have gave you the bigger stack? Sorry.
No, just a lot of cars. Good, Johnny? Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we approve the disposal authorizations for the police department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, here we go. Item C, rental registration hearings on properties located at 5824 Columbia Avenue, 4727 Chestnut Avenue, 5412 Chestnut Avenue, 1932 Calumet Avenue, 7436 Jackson Avenue, 728 Cherry Street, 7920 Bertram Avenue, 7105 Ontario Avenue, and 1604 Lake Avenue.
Morning, Board.
Good morning.
How's everyone?
Good.
We'll begin with 5824 Columbia, Ms. Arriaga. Ms. Arriaga is here. This is a 2-unit, only owes for 2020. 1 unit is owner occupied, so we are looking for $5 for 1 unit for the year of 2020. She did sign the agreement.
You're in favor of the agreement, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the agreement between the city and the property owner.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that was 1 unit, you said, right?
Correct. Right. 2 units total, 1 unit is owner occupied.
Got it.
Next is 4727 Sheffield. I was in contact with the owner last week pertaining, I'm sorry? What's Chestnut? I'm sorry, 5412 Chestnut?
Oh, it should be Sheffield though, right?
Yeah, it should be Sheffield.
Should be Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we're gonna call. We called her.
So 4727
Sheffield.
Sheffield. I was in contact with the owner last week, Ms. Childers. They are an elderly couple and are afraid to leave the house because of the current world conditions. I did send them an agreement for them to sign so that way we can have that on record. They only owed for 2020, so if we can kick this out 1 week, I should expect that back in the mail.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have this right. What's the address we're going?
4727 Sheffield.
Okay. So I'm going to make a motion that we set this for status for September 10th's meeting for 4727 Sheffield to await the agreement, signed agreement.
Okay.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is 5412 Chestnut.
Okay.
Ms. Ramirez? No one is here representing that case. They were aware that they had an appeal today. We do not have a signed agreement. This is one unit, only owed for 2020, so we ask that the late fee be assessed.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that, in reference to 5412 Chestnut, that we apply the late fee at a cost of $500, also the $5 to register, for a total of $505.
Thank you.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we have 1932 Calumet
Okay.
and 7436 Jackson. It's the same owner, Mr. Barriolos? Barriolos is here. 1932 Calumet is a single-family home, owes for 2019 and 2020. We agreed to waive the late fee at a cost of $10, and he has signed the agreement.
This is only for 1932 Calumet, correct? Right now. And you're in favor of this, sir, for 1932?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. For that one?
And next is 7436 Jackson, same thing, single-family home, owes for 19 and 20. He has signed the agreement. We are agreeing to waive the late fee and owes $10.
Okay. You in agreement with this as well, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve both addresses, the agreement with the property owner in the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is 728 Cherry, Ms. Adams.
That goes with the second.
Ms. Adams is here. She has signed the agreement. This is a 2-unit, only owed for 2020. We are waiving the late fee at a cost of $10.
You're in agreement with this, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the agreement with the homeowner in the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is 7920 Bertram. This is a new owner in 2019, Christian House Properties LLC. At the time, they were going through a different property manager and did not pay for 2019. They tried to register for 2020 but couldn't. So because of that, those circumstances, we are waiving the late fee. So this is a single-family home, owes for 19 and 20 at a cost of $10. And the property manager is, the new property manager is here, and the agreement is signed.
You're in agreement with this? All right, thank you.
Okay, this is for Bertram, correct? I make
Yes,
a motion
yes.
to approve the agreement between the property manager and the city.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is 7105 Ontario, Mr. Rudd. Mr. Rudd is here. This is a single-family home, only owes for 2020 at a cost of $5, and he has signed the agreement.
This is for 7105 Ontario. You're in agreement with the,
Yeah.
all right, thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with the homeowner in the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 1604, maybe I can,
And next is 1604 Lake, Ms. Lanfear. This is a 3-unit. 2 units are currently occupied. 1 is vacant. Only owes for 2020. They have registered in the past. So we are waiving the late fee at a cost of $10 for 2020 for 2 units.
you're in agreement with this arrangement, ma'am? All right, thank you.
Okay, make a motion to approve the agreement with the homeowner in the city.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any further? No, okay. Okay, let's head on to page 2. Item D, request for an emergency declaration to allow for emergency bidding for improvements at City Hall. Ms. Hill.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, this is a request for the board to make a declaration of emergency pursuant to Indiana Code 5-6-1-1.6, which would allow, upon the declaration of emergency, the city to proceed to get necessary repairs or reconstruction of the building, that emergency being the governor's ongoing declaration of a state of emergency due to the COVID. There are some things that obviously need to get done so that the building can be more accessible and usable in a COVID world, and we're looking to try to do that. So we are asking for the emergency declaration. This would allow, due to the emergency that, typically bids are required, this would allow, due to the state of emergency, quotes to be obtained from at least 3 or more businesses, corporations, et cetera, and those names of the businesses that are being solicited for bids are going to be entered into the records here, and Mr. Button has those names. I think we're doing 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Statute requires that a minimum of 3, so we're going to be soliciting 5.
Okay,
And I'll defer to Mr. Button for those names.
all right, thank you.
Thanks.
So Attorney Hill has mentioned that we're doing upgrades to City Hall as a result of the emergency and the funds available from the state to make these improvements. We are soliciting bids or quotations, and I may use those synonymously, from Goff Incorporated of Maryville, Indiana, Gary Up Construction of Gary, Indiana, Pangier Corporation of Gary, Indiana, Powers and Sons, I'm sorry, I should slow down. Powers and Sons of Gary, Indiana, and Hassey Construction of Munster, Indiana. I think I had 4. Goff, Gary Up, Pangier, Powers, and Hassey.
Passing.
And we will be soliciting quotes or bids from them sometime between now and October 1st. We believe the bid receive date will be September 24th at this meeting, and they will be sealed, opened at that time.
Okay.
And we would ask for your approval of this emergency declaration. I know this is slightly unusual, but in light of the COVID and the improvements we need to make and the timing that we need to make them in, it's very important that we move forward in this. We would not normally ask this request. I think this is probably the first time, at least in my history with the city, that we've ever asked for this, but it is very urgent and very important that we get this work
What
done.
is, just for my curiosity,
Sure.
what is one thing that we need to do that we haven't done?
So our primary focus is going to be related to points where the general public is making contact inside the building, right? Making contact points within the building, and basically trying to eliminate those contact points. So restroom upgrades throughout and making them compliant with state law. Our security entrances to the building is very cumbersome and in the way, so we're going to make an improvements to that. And then primarily workspace distancing, right? That's another issue that we have to deal with in terms of we have certain departments who occupy very small spaces, and so we're making room available for them so that they're not in that confined area and they can provide appropriate distancing.
All right.
But one thing I meant,
Yes, sir.
when are the bids going to be open? What date was that?
September 24.
Okay, I just missed that date, okay.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Button?
You have anything else?
No.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the request for emergency declaration to receive emergency bidding from the 5 companies that were mentioned, and the bids to be opened on September 24th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, garage sale permits.
They're all good.
Okay, all good, all good. All good and all good. Okay, all good.
Make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 9, old business. There is none. Oh, Mr. Prieto?
Hello again.
Hello.
Going back to last week's rental registration, we had a property at 5837 Wallace Road that did not show up. They did ask for the appeal, and they did not show up. Earlier this week, I was contacted by the owner. He was sick at the time and obviously did not want to leave his home and whatnot. So he did send in the agreement. I talked to him, spoke to him. Never had issues at this house. All he owed was for 2020. So after speaking to him and going through our notes and history, there was no history there. So I'm asking the board to rescind last week's order. There was a fine assessed, $500. It was a single-family home. I do have the signed agreement, so I'm asking that you accept the agreement for 2020 for $5.
What was the address again?
5837 Wallace Road.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to rescind the $500 late fee for 5837 Wallace and also to approve the agreement between the homeowner and the city. Thank you.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Anything else under old business? No. Meeting's open to the public. Anyone here like to speak?
Good morning. My name is Latanya Denson. I'm here on behalf of LRP Network, 5217 Holmen Avenue. We do have a concert this weekend on Saturday at the lot adjacent. I believe the address is 5218 Holmen. And I'm here requesting for city police presence and also to block off the street alongside Fayette and I'm sorry, it says street and sidewalk blockage along Fayette, approximately a block in both directions, west of Holmen Avenue.
Okay, you want to block off what street again?
The street and or sidewalk blockage along Fayette, and approximately a block in both directions, east and west of Holmen Avenue. So it's right by the fountain
Right.
and around that
So the
block.
activity is going to be on both sides of Holmen Avenue?
Yes. Well, no, not both sides of Holmen, I'm sorry. That's Fayette, that street in between, where the parking lot is and where the fountain is. So we were asking to kind of block access for that.
Right, rim back.
Yes. Thank you.
You want just one side blocked,
Correct,
which would be the west of Holmen Avenue?
correct.
So we're not blocking any lanes of Holmen Avenue, correct?
Correct. No lanes of Holmen. Nothing on the main street on that side, so,
So are we blocking the road from State Line east to Holmen? Is that what we're doing?
Probably from
And
Yeah,
probably to
that's what I'm
Ann Street, right, where you turn coming out of, is that your understanding, that's what you're looking for? Off
yes,
state line, but up to Ann?
correct.
Okay, Holmen to Ann.
Yeah. Typically, the way they do for the Beatles Fest, I guess they block that street back there.
We do. There's also part of Holmen Avenue that's closed. That's why I wanted to make sure you weren't requesting that.
No, it doesn't have to be the main street, Holmen.
Can you stay until the
Yes.
meeting's over? I want to talk to you so I get an idea of exactly what you want, and then I'll work with Johnny. to make sure
Okay.
you Get it, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. We approved it already, just so you know,
Okay.
okay?
Okay, anyone else?
Hi, good morning. My name is Gladys Johnson. I'm a property owner at 1003 Moore Street. You guys set it up for demolition, and they had a did on August 20th. I've been trying to get in contact to see if I can get it tore down myself. I got a contractor, a Cornerstone. It's called Cornerstone Construction, and they would do it cheaper than $10,000, so I wouldn't have to pay Hammond, the city of Hammond, a $10,000 bill for tearing down a home.
If you want to communicate that with Mr. Kearney right here.
I'll have to check to see if Cornerstone is actually licensed to do the work.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure there's been a permit pulled on this, but we have approved it. So we'll have to get an update on that information. The board is willing to let her try to hire a licensed contractor to do the work. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd be opposed to it either. He just wants to make sure that the people that are going to be doing the work that you suggest are going to be licensed and they're able to do what you say.
And that's fine. I just wasn't getting I didn't get a date. Wasn't sure if there was a date for demolition already.
I'm not sure they have a date yet at all.
No,
And
it's
I don't know how this-
That the contractors will, depending on where he's at and logistics and such.
And this is an issue because last month, they battle rammed the back door and I still have belongings in the house.
They did what?
They went in the home.
Who did?
A constructor, a demolition people. They tried to do it to the neighbors. Instead, Carlotta King sent them to the right house, and they went in to the home. And I have belongings in there. So since that has happened, my other family members have been, I was gonna try to rebuild the home,
No, I think I remember your
but
story when you were here prior.
since they kicked the door in, other family members have free will went in there and just started stripping it. So now I have no choice but to demolish it at this point. So I thought by me being the owner that they would let me know if somebody was gonna come into the home or even ask my permission. I don't know how this process works. I'm new to this. So I'm a bit confused, and then I thought they would at least let me know before they go
I
in the
would
home.
suggest that after the meeting, if you communicate what's happened and what you're looking forward to do with Mr. Kearney, I gotta believe there's gonna be a good resolution in the end.
Just for the record, I don't know of any of our contractors would go through that step to bust in the door without notifying us that they're entering or notifying the police that they're entering and having police there. Nobody's anxious to walk into a door that is locked or that needs to be kicked in. I'd like to know more about that story and how it would actually happen in
Yeah,
that situation.
I can definitely
I'll
get a
go ahead and talk to them.
statement from the neighbor.
Great.
Sure.
We'll put this on hold a couple weeks, see what we come up with as far as, I want to stay the demolition while she's getting a contractor, make sure this contractor's licensed,
Oh, understood.
and get a date of actual demolition.
September 17th.
Okay, so I
Okay.
have time.
Well, for now, yeah.
All right, great.
Whatever you want to put up, yeah.
Ma'am, what was the
Alright.
address again?
1003 Morris Street.
Morris, okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we set this over for status for 1003 Morris to September 17, 2020's meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's September
Thank you.
September 17th. Come down after
17th.
the meeting, and I'll be able to talk to you in the office.
Okay.
We just need to put it in front of them. Okay.
Anyone else from the public like to speak?
Yes, I ride a bike at night, or I ride a bike in the past. In Wolf Lake, Michigan, they have solar lights. Well, I was out last night with my friends. We had lights, but it's dark out there and it's real dangerous. There's people walking and there's people on bikes without lights. But it just happened that it's 7:15 is sunset now, but as they go on, we're losing more daylight. But I don't know if there's money somewhere or anywhere, but I just attention that it's a beautiful park and they spent millions of dollars out there. But if they could get some lighting, or unless they want to shut it down, I don't know. But it is dangerous at night.
And we're talking about what exactly?
Wolf Lake. There's the bike paths.
The bike path around the lake?
Not so much around the lake, more 129th to the pavilion, up and through there, because around the back side is, you got the toll road and it's kind of lit up. But I tell you, around the corner there, it's dark and it's dangerous. And there's a lot of people. I'm really surprised how many people are walking back there in the dark.
What I would suggest, it's probably a Port Authority kind of an issue.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I just wanted to bring it
Okay.
to your attention. but
Understood.
that's
We
all.
can pass it along.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, those that are going to be here for rental payments, so as soon as Lynn makes copies of the paperwork, she'll give it to you, so stand by. And we are,
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will matriculate that motion.
and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.